Hello everyone, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with your Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP on Friday the 8th of March 2024. They're all moving sideways. I expect consolidation to last another 1, 2 or 3 weeks before we see the resumption of upward movement. Consolidations and pullbacks are a normal healthy part of a bullish run, no need to panic. I expect this is just a pause, which is actually a very good thing to relieve some extreme conditions and set up for the next bullish run. Bitcoin is moving slightly higher with the last completed session for the 7th of March shows both a decline in volume and range. So this is weakness in this upward session, finding resistance at 68,800. This is normal behavior during a consolidation. It's a bearish candlestick reversal pattern. We've already got one here in dark cloud cover from the 5th of March, and that had push from volume, so that strongly suggests that we're going to see a reaction, a sideways consolidation or a pullback before price is able to continue on higher. Eventually, when price does break to new all-time highs on a closing basis, that technically would be an upward breakout. When that happens, I expect energy to be released to the upside and the bullish run to start to gather huge momentum, absolutely massive volume and an increase in volatility as it forms exponential growth, and we'll see parabolic growth curves. There will still be consolidations or pullbacks along the way. Elliott Wave gives that structure. It'll be a bunch of fourth waves, and I'll be relying really heavily on my Elliott Wave count for my own investing, trying to find the end of a third wave at which to take profit. For the short term, I'll be expecting resistance at 68,000 and support at 60,370. We can see that decline in volume from the last completed session, 7th of March, a hallmark of a consolidation and not necessarily an ongoing bullish run. We may be seeing a pause here to last another 1, 2 or 3 weeks. On balance volume, I can now draw a support line. I could draw a resistance line, but it'll disappear up here. Once we've got a little bit more of a range on balance volume, I'll draw resistance and support, and I'll wait for a breakout on balance volume. And sometimes that precedes a breakout in price, giving us an advance warning of an imminent breakout from price and telling us what direction. I expect that direction will be upward. ADX is telling us the upward trend is very extreme, but not as extreme as it can get for this market. ADX is bound from 0 to 100, and for Bitcoin at the daily time frame, ADX can get over 70, nearly as high as 80. RSI is overbought. There is short-term single week bearish divergence supporting the view that we're going to get some consolidation or pullback to resolve this bearish divergence and bring RSI back into neutral. There is also double short-term bearish divergence between price and money flow supporting the view we're going to see a consolidation or pullback to relieve those extreme conditions. It's already brought money flow into neutral, but we need RSI to get into neutral as well. And ATR showing a strong increase as volume and volatility return to the market. This is the hallmark of a bull run and not a bear market rally. We don't see increasing volatility and volume quite strongly like this in a bear market rally. If you don't believe me, go and have a look at Bitcoin's big bear markets, particularly that year-long bear market from December 2017 up to the end of December 2018. In that bear market, have a close look at all those bear market rallies, those bullish movements. You won't see parabolic growth. You won't see a strong support from volume, and you will not see the strong increase in range as a measure of volatility. This is what you see in a bullish run. For Ethereum, price is moving slightly higher. It's got weakening volume and range though, so I am also expecting Ethereum is quite likely to move into a consolidation or pullback. The last completed session for the 7th of March is a lot shorter in range than the 6th of March. If the current session for the 8th of March also shows a small range body like the 7th or reasonably smaller than the 6th, then we'd have an advanced block pattern, and that's a bearish reversal pattern. It's a variation of 3 white soldiers, but where 3 white soldiers is a bullish continuation pattern, advanced block and stalled is the other one, are bearish reversal patterns. They're not very strong ones though. If we do see a pullback, I'll expect support about 3,580. The last completed upward session shows quite a decline in volume and range, so there is weakness for the 7th of March, suggesting Ethereum may also move into a consolidation or pullback. On balance volume is within a range, weak support, weak resistance. If the current session for the 8th closes green, then on balance volume would break above resistance, but the weakness of that resistance would mean the signal would be so weak I wouldn't use it. I'm only going to put it here potentially if a pivot develops here, so then we'd have 3 points along which to draw a line. ADX is declining, telling us that the upward trend, which was previously very extreme, may have ended, may now be being interrupted by a consolidation or a pullback. If the consolidation or pullback is long lasting enough, it may be enough to bring ADX back below 45 and potentially back below one or both of the DX lines. If it does that, it'll be setting up for a strong signal. Here's a strong signal. ADX reached only just below 15, and it started to rise up with positive slope above 15 coming up from below both DX lines. This is a very, very strong signal, and it's bullish because the positive DX line is above the negative. Now ADX tells us that this trend became extreme. Look for an interruption to relieve those extreme conditions. RSI has reached fairly overbought. There's no bearish divergence. Money flow reached somewhat overbought and did exhibit bearish divergence, supporting the view that Ethereum as well is likely to move into a consolidation or a pullback here, a pause within the ongoing upward trend. And ATR still shows a strong increase. Again, increasing volume and volatility are the hallmarks of a bullish run and not a bear market rally. Within a bullish run, there will be consolidations and pullbacks along the way. No need to panic. It's a normal part of a bullish run. It's actually a really good thing to see, a healthy resetting and bringing things back down from extreme before the bullish run again can continue and has room to move. XRP also looks likely to move into a consolidation. I'm not quite so sure about the range for this one though. Could be about 60 cents, but it could also whipsaw back down again to the 54-55 cent mark. Resistance though is about 0.675 most likely. There is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern here. It doesn't come in the context of an extreme upward trend, overbought conditions, and there's no bearish divergence to expect that this is an indication of a huge trend change. So given the context in which this candlestick pattern occurs, a consolidation or pullback is most likely. The bearish candlestick pattern has pushed from volume. Volume now is declining as price moves slowly higher. This looks like XRP is moving into a consolidation or a pullback. ADX is declining, telling us there's no longer a clear trend. The DX lines are whipsawing. This is the look ADX will give during a consolidation or a pullback. RSI is neutral, as is money flow. RSI only just reached overbought conditions for that last bullish run for XRP. Just was so far from extreme. It's got such a long way to go in this larger bullish run. ATR also showing an increase again. Volume and volatility have returned to this market. Again, this is the hallmark of a bullish run, and you don't see this in bear market rallies. If you don't believe me, have a look at the last big bear market for these and have a look really carefully at ATR and volume. ATR is important. It's a measure of volatility. I'm using this really heavily with cryptocurrencies. It's so important because cryptocurrencies exhibit exponential growth, and when you have an exponential growth curve, volatility starts out slow, accelerates through to the middle, and explodes at the end. ATR gives you a beautiful idea of exactly how volatility is behaving. Elliott Wave count for XRP remains the same. I still expect a leading expanding diagonal was complete here, and a second wave correction most likely began here. It could be over here, or this could be A, B, C. So if this is correct, the way I've labelled it here, C needs to move below the end of A, or needs to end at or below 0.5378 to avoid a truncation. Truncations are very rare, but it could be that the second wave was over here. Now, if this is correct, I would expect to see XRP start to move up very strongly indeed, because this would be a third wave. It should exhibit support from volume, an increase in ATR as a measure of volatility. It should exhibit an increase in momentum as measured by MACD. All of those things should increase during a third wave, which should be unmistakable. So if we see weakness in this upward movement, I'm going back to this labelling for XRP. Either way, Minuet 2 may not move beyond the start of 1 below 0.4883. And that's it for me today with your analysis. I hope everyone's having a lovely day.